Hello, everyone. This is Indigo Child, and I'm coming to you with a true life story, my true life story. When I first jumped on here about 3 weeks ago, I gave y'all an introduction of my life story. I talked a little bit about my mom. I talked a little bit about my dad. I talked a little bit about my sister and my brother and my siblings. I talk about my life journey and how it hadn't been no easy journey. On this journey, I had to develop the faith of a mustard seed. I know you all done heard that phrase before, the faith of a mustard seed. It's where I walk on faith. It's where I make a miracle out of nothing. I believe. I'm a believer. Well, when I was younger, like I told you all before, when I was younger, I come from Greenville, South Carolina. I'm from Juanita Butler. I grew up on Dunbar Street, Ansell Street, Charter Street, Sullivan Street. My mom and dad also came from the same area. When we're born into this world, we don't know what our life purpose is. But as we take a footstep toward our journey, we will learn what our life purpose is. As I explained to y'all, I walked across the railroad track with 2 kids strapped to my hip at the age of 6 years old. My dad tried to make a way for me when he was here on earth. He passed away October the 3rd, 2018. My mom is still here on earth. I was born into poverty, but I am trying to break the wheel of living in poverty. I am trying to break the cycle, because people fail to realize you're trapped and imprisoned in poverty because it's something that you create for yourself. You have to have willpower, strong willpower. You have to want it, because if you don't want it, nobody else is gonna want it for yourself. My mom's name is Diane Williams. She had 3 children. But I don't think she was as strong as she should have been, because I don't know if I get my willpower from my dad or from my mom, but even on the days when I want to give up, I can't give up. I have to keep going. Why? Because I have people depending on me. My mom had 3 kids. I had a sister and I had a brother. Y'all, just real touchy for me, because my sister and brother got adopted out at like the age of 5. Maybe I was like 14, 15. But before they got adopted out, we were put into a foster home. We were put into a system a system where you are already numbered. You already have a label. They suspect you to be a statistics. But my purpose is I am gonna beat the odds of being a statistic because they labeled me. Um, they labeled my whole family as mentally retarded. I have 3 healthy kids. I have a high school graduate that graduated last year at 18. She did the pandemic walkthrough. So I explained to her in the beginning that was the first step of beating the odds of being a statistic. I'm proud of her. And I have 2 more children that I'm trying to put through school. With God's help, it's going to happen. I got faith in it. But back to the story about my sister and my brother. So, I used to walk across the railroad track with my sister and brother at like 6 years old. Go meet my daddy at the school, Sullivan Center School. He worked there. My mom was on drugs. They both was on drugs real bad. But my dad still knew his responsibilities. He would at the end of Trotter Street. It used to be a store called um however, it was an Italian man at the end of the street. Bobby Joe. My dad fixed it up to well. I would come pick his paycheck up and take his paycheck to Bobby Joe. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why I left off at, but I know I was talking about my sister and my brother. First, we was put into the system, DSS system. We were bounced around from home to home, and then eventually we were separated because I was too old to be adopted out. They were still young, fresh minds. See, what y'all don't get about the system when you have children, it's best that you do your best and you work hard to take care of your children, because if you do your best and work hard to take care of your children, God is going to make sure that you have everything that you need to take care of those children. You're making me mad. But God is going to make sure that you have everything you need to provide for those kids. I've learned that putting my 3 kids here on earth. My mama gave up. I feel like she gave up. She gave us to the system, but she didn't fight. She didn't come back. She didn't fight. That's something I had to get past in my lifetime. I had to get past that. I had to forgive her for that. And I love her with all my heart. And someday, I hope she'll learn to love herself. But maybe it was something that my dad understood that my mom didn't understand. Or maybe it was a foundation that my dad had that my mom didn't have. See, my dad was born, he was the oldest son of 10 kids, 8 girls and 2 boys. He started working at 14. He took care of 8 sisters. To which is we are a very, very, very big family. We are a very big family. I'm all over the place because I'm just trying there. I have no one story to tell. I have a million stories to tell on my life journey. And I hope whoever needs this message is listening. Because today we are living in a world and we are living in a generation where I cannot say it enough, where our young mothers are focusing on the wrong thing and they wonder, why does this happen to me? It happens because we didn't have any. I'm not going to say we didn't have any guidance, because I had lots of guidance. I had guidance by, I was raised by a pet. I had many mother figures. Many mother figures. Some are still here, some are gone. And on my journey, some days I look up to the sky and I just want to say thank them for making me the woman who I am today, because I am a great woman. I am a proud woman. I'm not going to say I come from nothing. But to know where I come from and to know where I'm going and to know what I want to have for me and my kids. I have a vision of my kids being raised in a poverty restricted environment where they have no worries, because kids are not supposed to worry. Your child is not supposed to worry where their next meal coming from. Your child not supposed to worry, are the lights gonna be on when I get out of school? Is the water gonna be on when I get out of school? Or am I gonna have clean clothes? Your child is not supposed to worry about any of those. Your daughter is not supposed to be the rest of the children's mother or father. It's not supposed to be like that. So if anybody's out here hear me, anybody out here is listening to me tonight, please hear this message and understand this message. Maybe this message can help you change your ways. Because sometimes I just think, like, I want to say I wish somebody had a took time and sat down and talked to me. But one of my mother figures did. My aunt. My aunt, she would always talk to me and she would always tell me the reason why she was doing what she was doing. And she would explain to me, if I'm hard on you, it's because the world gonna be hard on you. Do you think The world is gonna hold back how they feel about you. They're not. So with that being said, it's not a bad thing to take criticism. But what you need to know is this criticism constructive? Is this criticism gonna help you? You don't want bad criticism. Constructive criticism. Constructive criticism will help you build yourself. You know, tell me something that's gonna help me move forward. Tell me something that's gonna help me better myself. Help me better my outlook on things. Sometimes like you could be in a conversation amongst many people and they all could just be in a discussion, and you can feel as if you were targeted in the conversation, but not really. You wasn't targeted. That was just trying to tell you something helpful, something constructive, and you took the wrong approach to it. You were argumentative. Sometimes, well, I'm not gonna say sometimes. Don't be argumentative, or don't be so quick to blow up when you hadn't even taken time to hear the whole message. You have to listen before you speak. Sometimes people often speak before listening, and they done took the end of it and they done ran with it. Now they've spoken before they listened, and they've created a whole big mess. A whole big mess that didn't even have to be created. Something that could have been avoided, or it could have helped you with a life experience that you could have avoided because all you had to do was just listen. I'm here today on my journey, hoping to guide many men and women from each generation. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, blue, because I'm pretty sure we've all done experienced some of these heartaches, and I'm pretty sure some had mentors and some didn't have mentors. In today's generation, our mentor source is very limited, you know, because people are more worried about. It's good to mind your own business. Yes, it is. It is. It's good to mind your own business. Um, but and I've been a victim of trying to help people too much, to where I forgot about my self love. You know, so don't get stuck in the bind of where you over help people and you forget about yourself. But at the same time, you know, helping people. You can help people in the smallest ways. Even though you might have felt like, oh, well, that's going to take too much of my time. That's going to take too much of my time. No, you can help a person with the smallest thing, and that thing meant the world to them. And it only took a minute of your time. But that minute of your time will last a lifetime with that person. You know, So, like I said, my thoughts are just rambling through my head. I'm just speaking off the top of my head. I'm bouncing from here. I'm bouncing from there. But I have many messages. And I'm going to leave y'all with that for tonight. Thank you. And good night.